Hello and welcome back to Remnant from the Ashes. Last time we ended up dealing with Brabus and clearing out all the remaining dungeons before the final boss of Earth. But between episodes I did some playing, and as you can tell my gear has gone up a bit. Plus 19 everything, almost 19 for the gear. We can actually probably max these two out, or at least bring them up to 19.
Certainly.
I got the bandit armor from Brabus. I had to rerun it again, get Mudtooth, listen to all of his stories, and then he gives you an item that you can then show to Brabus, and you trade that for this full set. But let's get this set all to 19. If we want, we can bring it up to 20 for the full set of armor. Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
So long.
I'm not worried, because if you look down in the lower right, I already have 10 Dragon Hearts, and 10 Dragon Hearts is the max. I also did some leveling, so we got Keeper's Blessing to 20, Invoker at 19. Yep, got maxed out Triage. We got Bark Skin, which is by wearing the Twisted Mask and talking to that one tree. So now we have that. And that will probably... It depends. There's a few directions I can go with the build. I want to finish this, get the last level of Invoker, then I could keep going in Endurance just for the stamina, but Bark Skin is probably the next best option. Quick Hands is up there. Mind's Eye for just straight damage. Handling for spread and recoil. But we also have a bunch of materials. So Blazing Heart, we got that from defeating Singe. I got that off screen. Cold Cell by killing Brudvak the Rider in the DLC area. You have to kill him first before his mount. Obric's Bracelet by killing Obric the Shield Warden. Shadewood by killing Shroud, which is one of the Root Archers, but it's a boss version. We have the Shrapnel Shard from Brabus, the Spore Gland from the Ent, and the Twisted Heart from the Ent by blowing out its legs before killing it.
Yeah. Fine.
So we're gonna make everything just for the sake of having it. So Explosive Shot, Frozen Mist, Rattleweed. Rattleweed's actually a pretty good support ability because it'll draw a ton of aggro. And then Spitfire, so an SMG with a flamethrower mount. Spore Bloom, a grenade launcher that can also shoot a rot grenade. Not useful on Earth, decent on Rhom. The Petrified Maul, I don't really like that one. There are better melee weapons. And then the Alternator, which I believe does cold, like freeze buildup, but then the shots actually, the special mod can do fire damage.
Yeah, good. Now go.
I'm not going to use any of this stuff because I don't really need it for the build. It's not all that special or all that worth it. Okay, so this actually is the area when the Ash Yard. When I went through and said, oh, I'll check the area, this is what it spit me out to. So, we're here now. The Ash Yard is the Singe boss fight for the world boss. He's not difficult, but you have to know how he fights. Oh, I know what the problem here is. This is my adventure. because I had run a bunch of adventures to get materials and levels. I had, of course, kept it to running only Earth because that's as far as we had gotten. Okay, yeah, I see where we went wrong here. There we go. Now I just have to find my way back. But yeah, so this tree, you have to put on this mask and talk to him, and then he gives you the bark skin trait. But since we now have it, we don't need to actually do that, and we can go
Looking good.
and just shoot him. And that's pretty easy and free XP. Now, it's gonna take me a minute, so I'll try to find the boss and we'll be back when I get there. Okay, took me long enough trying to find this place. Everywhere looks the same, so I couldn't remember where it was. Oh, fun little bit of info. So, FromSoft released the... Actually, I'll get into it once the boss cutscene plays. Okay, so FromSoft released a little statistic sheet for Elden Ring. And what it went over was basic stuff like, oh, how many people have done X, Y, and Z? How many people have fought these bosses? How many people have died to these bosses? People did the math, and Millennia has killed... I believe people did the math, and it was 10 players every second since the game came out. So for a year straight, every second, 10 players have died to Millennia. And I think that is just generally a pretty cool concept and thing to think about. But, onto this boss. Singe isn't tough. He's a tough first boss for people because every other boss has been kind of flimsy and he's kind of a tangible challenge with good damage, and the fire effect is dangerous for players. But the thing is, he has weak points like that. Where you can get him. And the thing I always will say is you can take as much time as you need for these boss fights. This isn't a raid boss in Destiny. They don't have enrage timers. Sometimes you can just do this and you are better off letting your summons take some damage and deal some damage. And admittedly, this fight is a lot tougher without summons. Like, it is discernibly tougher. I've done it. I had myself and two other people. Everyone else died. And I had to just run laps at times trying to dodge attacks and get a few kills to get ammo. Using the healing spot ability just to top up and keep moving. But it's definitely doable. You can do it at low level. You can do it with low level gear. It's just takes time and you gotta learn the patterns. But now you can see something weird right there, and that is the labyrinth.
Out come some cracks in the walls, grow every day, surrounding me. Human, the core is rotten. The root corrupts everything. Why do you distract the keeper? Insignificant. Chance of success negligible. The Guardians are destroyed. The Devourer lurks unchecked. The labyrinth erodes daily, and I can behold the tide. On the other hand, your journey is not guaranteed to fail. Very well. Enter and see. The labyrinth holds all doors and infinite possibilities. If the path you require exists, it lies within. Yes, there is time. The root threatens every world, so every world is given a protector. Guardians are not easily killed. When one dies, however, the root can claim that world and grow stronger. The loss of several Guardians made way for the Devourer. The Devourer has made the root very strong indeed. This place is both like the worlds and unlike them. It is the core, inviolable, and without need of a guardian. I have neither knowledge nor resources to devote to the question. The root could not have come without invitation.
And that is explained that, I think it's Harsgard ended up inviting the root. And that's how, like, they connected to the root and that's how it came, so we done goofed and accidentally invited it.
An agent of the root, whether witting or unwitting, is unknown and irrelevant. The Devourer was the one who erased even the labyrinth's guardian, leaving only myself to hold back unending rot. Unfortunately, my battle cannot be won with time. I am the keeper. I will be the last to fall. It is the seat of the worlds, built upon the core, and all worlds are built upon it. The labyrinth contains all doors that ever were, are, or may be. Some are lost, some destroyed, but all are contained within. This is the maximum help I can provide at the moment. All endeavors will fail if I do any more.
And this is effectively our hub area. It's a hub, but not a hub, I guess. Because you don't do anything here except just open up gates to new areas. Don't remember which path leads to which gate. I've always been bad at remembering because the hints and cues are very little. I would have appreciated, like, a little bit of a hint in this surrounding area, some environmental context clues. Like, this is Corsus. I would have preferred if Corsus had, like, some greenery and, like, a little bit of swamp water, something kind of pooled over here, like it's leaking through. But that's really it. I'd like a little more context so I can look at it and be like, oh, okay, because I have to go to Rhom. Well, that wouldn't be Rhom. Rhom would be sand. So I'd be able to look, go, oh, okay, sand, I gotta go there. Otherwise, I waste time just kind of running around going, is this the right place? Is this the right place? And then it's not fun. I think I have to go to that one. I don't remember. We'll just go to this one, see if it's Rhom, we'll go in. I think this one leads to Yesha. Either way, nice to kind of do all the lore here and now. So yeah, Ford's journal there gives you a lot of info. Iskall in Corsus, the Pan and their rebellion, a little bit about like Rhom and all that. I think this one's Rhom. Yep. Now, before we head this way, we'll hit the Yesha portal just to read all the lore. I do apologize if you want me to read the lore. I know some people like that, some people don't. I just didn't do it for this playthrough simply because there's a lot, and I figured I would just kind of let people read it at their own pace. What's kind of funny is this bit talking about like stumbling upon Yesha and kind of angering the Pan. It kind of gives like Stargate vibes of like, oh, we sent a team in, accidentally ran afoul with the locals, and have just been trying to make things better. I know we come back to Yesha in Remnant 2, because the Root have taken hold more there. I don't know if we come back to Rhom ever. Or Corsus, for that matter.
Great King, I did not expect... You? You are not he. Yet you have opened the gates. A second Nui? It must be... Forgive my confusion, unheralded one. Speaker of the Word. Herald of the Guardian. Yet I thought... Are you not Nui? Yet, they opened the gates. Only the Nui can... Could it be? Is it time? Your sublime feet honor the sands of the eastern wind, itinerant one. Whatever your purpose, we are blessed by your presence. I am Akari, magnificent one, keeper of the truth, steward of the ancient ways. Servant of the Nui. Surely there are none like you, inimitable one. At least, I have never seen your like. I know none of that name or description. There is one who might know, but he is not one to give information willingly. Except, perhaps, to another Nui. Of course, of course. Forgive my deliberation, Ardent One. His name is Islan, the Undying King. No doubt he will be overjoyed to meet a rival. Like all Akari, I am only eager to see the Guardian restored and the planet reborn. O discerning one, it is my joy then, my great honor, to help you find the Newie who was alive when said Guardian fell. None. Only one has there ever been since the days of the Guardian. Your arrival is unprecedented. Portentous. He rules from the Citadel, in the canyons beyond the Black Sun Gate. The gate has been sealed since time forgotten. Oh, but no doubt you will find a way, Dynamic One. Go well, Enlightened One.
Yeah, this whole situation gave big Stargate vibes. Oh, we got an item. That'll be scrap, because I believe we probably already have it. Or not. Gravity Stone. What does that do? Oh, I also got this ring that gives you XP. That's on Earth. Increases damage by 20% when there are at least 2 enemies within 10 meters. Okay. So it's a melee build ring. Like I said before, melee builds get so many rings that it's actually kind of hard to discern how to build them out. Makes the whole situation kind of funny. There's stairs anywhere? Gotta be inside or around the back of this place. Ouch. Radiation wizard. And that last guy with the metal mask, so the bone mask, he throws, instead of normal spears, he throws explosive spears. So you gotta really be careful with them. Because even if they don't hit you, they'll still explode after sticking in the ground for a few seconds. So they are quite dangerous. See, if I didn't need the duration, I have a set of armor, the scavenger. It automatically vacuums up scrap and iron when just being nearby. And that would be so nice to have. Oh, they're just off killing more. You know what, just to counter all this, I'll just drink a bloodwort. There's a reason I buy 10 to 20 when I can. Even at halved effectiveness, it'll still do fine. Alright, so we can go that way. But I would like to kind of clear the rest of this area out. Plus, these areas are... Rhom, I think, has probably the biggest areas between, like, dungeons, and they are, I would argue, probably the most densely populated. Because these little adobe, like, towns are just loaded with guys. Even though it doesn't seem like much because my little root warriors went and wiped everybody out. Because there's a ton of dogs and... Yeah, really growing to love this sword. Just being able to launch a projectile, especially the long range. Like, there are actual... Like, the endgame sword does not have nearly as much range. The only bigger, or like, only selling point for the endgame sword is you get... And that's... When I say endgame, I mean like the end of the DLC endgame. And the only upside is it can go through multiple targets. So the value of that is even up for debate. Because depending on your playstyle, depending on how you use it, that can change things. I like this because if I really want to, if I want to go full melee, there's a... What is it? I think there's a necklace that lets your melee deal fire damage and cause fire buildup, so sets enemies on fire. Then there's the razor ring, so we can put bleed on it. So right there you can be doing 2 different types of damage, plus long-ranging people. You can rank up in the stamina cost trait, bring your stamina cost down 20%. You can do a ton and become very, very dangerous. It's just a matter of dedicating your build to it. And like, I'm not gonna do the stamina cost reduction, at least in the foreseeable future. Even though it is good, I just don't need it. It's good for dodging and stuff, but I just don't need to do that much dodging. Yeah, as you can see, even with plus 20 armor, doesn't really mean much. These guys are very deadly, and you don't want them to catch you. And the radiation affliction will cut your stamina in half. So you're dealing with radiation wizards and all this crap.
It's over.
If you do that, you can get the Very Good Boy. So you get a dog that can last 20 minutes. Or not 20 minutes, 2 minutes. God, that'd be amazing, a 20-minute summon.
Oh, welcome. I assume you seek sustenance, curatives. You've come to the right place. You have a new smell about you. Not the wastes, nor the citadels. Where are you from, friend? Oh, yes, that would explain it. I've never smelt your kind before. Wherever you're from, you are welcome here. My prices are the same for all. You may also be interested in information. Buri, Akari, even the great king himself. None keeps secrets from Wad. So, how can I help you? Business it is. Quality good.
Yeah, Mender's Charm, that's really good. Increases all healing effectiveness by 50% and your Dragonheart's heal allies. Jewel of the Black Sun. Good if you can chain kills.
Do return safely.
We will come back for this later, because as you can see, hostile. But I think I'm going to call it here. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out the channel a lot, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.